welcome to another vlog, another us with mommy, daddy, jijumuwa and babies. सबैजना सुतेको जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई के भन्छ. So we are going to Cambridge. कति मिनेट लाग्छ? 20 minutes left. Journey, explore garne. Let's see, we'll take you along. We'll see you there in Cambridge. See you. Okay, hello, we are now in Cambridge with our little gang.
Hello.
And Mua. They are exploring. Look at them. We didn't use stroller. Yeah, the street is so narrow. So we just thought stroller भन्दा नि यिनीहरुलाई क्यारियरमा बोक्ने भनेर. So here we are. Baby, छोरो सानो Ashlyn. मतलब छैन. मेरो कान्छी छोरो is enjoying. के त हावा आउँदा गरेछ. बाबा भनेछ जेठुले. हाय, यो चाहिँ अर्को सिटी हो केम्ब्रिज भन्ने है. ठिक छ. खुट्टा चलाउँछ नि
घरिघरि गाडीमा हताउँछन्.
So yeah. अलि न्यारो छ के रोडहरु है. It's a good idea with the stroller. अनि यिनीहरु नि बिग इनफ भयो अब स्ट्रोलर भन्दा नि एक्सप्लोर गर्ने उमेर हुन्छ. So let them explore. Bunturi. Sanu, Rijitu. Rijitu छोरी खै. One minute, Daddy. So fast. Sanu. Cover it. Chodo. Mom, bap. Oh? Okay. कता जाने थाहा छ हामीलाई? तिमीलाई थाहा छ? हामी यहाँ पहिला पनि आएको बट खास मुवालाई घुमाउनुलाई ल्याएको. हामी त आइसक्यो पहिले है. हामी त आइसक्यो हजुरलाई घुमाउनुलाई ल्याएको. ओइ खोकी लागेछ मेरो छोरीलाई.
Okay. एकजनाको लास्ट टाइम मैले सामने ठगेको छु. तर हामीले होल बोट गरेको थिएन त्यतिखेर. त्यो हाफ गरेको थियो.
होल बोट थियो कि मान्छे कन्डिसन चाहिँ त्यही भन्नु होला है. ए होल बोट गरेर अनि त्यति परेको होला.
डिस्काउन्ट भएको. किनभने त्यतिखेर मान्छे हाम्रो धेरै थियो नि त.
अहिले त डिस्काउन्ट पर्यो पर केस. यहाँ चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ गाइस?
के गर्नुपर्छ?
पार्किङ गर्नुपर्दो रहेछ गाइस.
बोटको लागि
पहिला 140 भन्यो यहाँबाट त झर्ने ठाउँ नै छैन
त्यही त अब उयो यताबाट होला
जाम फर्की
रङ डिरेक्सन जानु ओए हेलो कुकु यहाँ त ढोका लाग्छ Okay, this is river at Cambridge. River को नाम के हो थाहा छ? Cambridge River हो?
People are living in there.
Ba 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 ba. फेरि भन्दैछ बा 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 बेबी भन्दैछ के भन्ने अरे बा 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 बेबी चाहिँ बा 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 Oi, where are we, baby? Kata kata ka. Ba 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 ba. Kata. Ba 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 ba. Sanuले भन्दैछ बा 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 सानु. लिल्यु. Oh, यहाँ रहेछ. Baby, where are we going? Ba 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 ba.
Mama. Mama. Kaya mama ne. Mama. Mama. Boy call Adam Monte.
बियर पनि पाउँदैछ भेज आइसक्रिम खाँदै जानु कति रहेछ पैसा $2.99 ओके यहाँ बस्नु होला सर
We are ready.
So if you can come, three come, that's the one to tell you.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just going to want to see you first. Right.
Okay, our turn. Let's go. Hello.
Hello.
I don't know his way. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You guys can choose anywhere to sit on yourself.
त्यो पछाडि फर्किन्छ नि त आस्था पछाडिबाट Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine.
Okay, baby.
Good afternoon, everybody. My
Hello.
name is Dave, and I'll be giving you a talk today.
Hello, Edward.
We're going to see 6 out of the 31 colleges that make up the University of Cambridge, as well as 7 of their bridges and also 2 of their libraries, which we go past. Before that, though, I have to give the health and safety, which is pretty simple. Please don't jump out. It's quite deep and it's quite wet. That's basically all there is to it. If you've got your hands outside the boat, just be aware because we might end up crashing into somebody, but hopefully not. That's about all I've got to say for now, though. So if you have got any questions, do feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll just stay quiet until we get up to the first college in a couple minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Maybe go fast punting.
Sano? Thank you.
के रहेछ 옳지.
Baby. So sweet.
Hello. 찬우.
Mami.
कुकु. आफ्नै धुनमा मस्त बसिरहेछ.
Pari-pari hanu, pari-pari मान्छे हैन.
रिभर हेरेको छैन रिभर चलाउने मान्छेलाई हेरिरहेको छ के रहेछ बेबी बेबी look what is this wow सानो के रहेछ wow
त्यतै हेर्न. कान्छु. Băi, hai.
रहेछ बेबी कस्तो लाग्यो त म
राम्रो.
रमाइलो छ.
रमाइलो.
अलिअलि अझ उता कलेज
पनि आयो बाई
कति घण्टा भयो?
It's called the Magdalen College. It was originally founded back in 1428.
Okay.
However, back then, it wasn't actually known as the Magdalen College. It was known as the Buckingham College until King Henry VIII came into power. He then gifted it to a friend of his called Sir Thomas Audley. He wanted to rename the college after himself, but it had to be named after a religious figure, a king or a queen. So he chose St. Mary Magdalene, and he chose to go with the French pronunciation of a name, which is Magdalene.
Yeah,
So it still
okay.
kind of sounded like his name Audley was in it. Even if you look at that van over there, it still says Magdalene, even though that's not how it's pronounced.
Oh, okay. Magdalene.
And this bridge just here is called the Magdalene Bridge. The last tour I just whacked my head really hard on it, so I've got a bit of PTSD. But we'll get through it, I'm sure. It used to be the only entrance and exit to the college because they had quite a strict curfew at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
This is because all of the people at this college were either training to be or already monks. So you didn't want them going out into the town late at night, drinking, smoking, doing whatever else it was they got up to back then.
Okay.
So to have somebody called a night watchman stood guard at the end of the bridge, basically acting as a college bouncer, making sure that nobody's leaving too late, coming back too late, or people who just aren't supposed to be there, full stop.
बिर्से त सबैजना काम लाग्यो
यतिखेर पानी एउटा जे गर्छ यतिखेर राम्रो गर्छ.
History and all.
No, it's just seeing if you can go up and down the river.
Okay.
It's really easy. So this college that we're at now is called St. John's College. This was founded back in 1511 by a man called John Fisher. The college isn't named after him though, it's named after a man called St. John the Evangelist. It's just pure coincidence of the man that founded it, an author called John. On this side, we've got the St. John's New Court. So nowadays this is used for Year 2 student accommodation. So it was built back in 1828 and it would have been used for lectures and lessons back then. Over here is the original college built back in 1511. The section with the really massive stained glass windows is actually their library. And then the rest of it, it's just regular old college stuff, whatever it is they have in there. Then in the middle, joining the two, is the Bridge of Sighs. When they first built it, they named it the New Bridge because, quite simply put, it was the new bridge. But it didn't take too long before Queen Victoria came along to visit the colleges. She said it reminds her of the Bridge of Sighs in Venice, in Italy.
Yeah.
The thing is though, she's never been to Venice, she'd never been to Italy. So funnily enough, the bridges look almost nothing alike.
Freeze, baby, freeze. Freeze.
Hello.
Sanu is little explorers. Is
Mati,
busy
mati, yeah.
exploring. माथि हेरेछ कि के दिनमा तल हेर्न ल्याएको नि तिमीलाई त पानी हेर्नु ल्याएको त माथि माथि पो हेर्छ त कहाँ लानु एरोप्लेन चढाउनु
So this bridge just here goes by three names. It's called the Bridge of St. John's, but most people call it the Concussion Bridge for fairly obvious reasons, as well as also the Kitchen Bridge, because the students have to run across this bridge from the student accommodation over to the kitchen just over there.
Okay.
Now though, just behind us, you can see the front of the St. John's Newport. When they were building this, they started from the front wall and worked slowly all the way to the back. This is done because they wanted to make the whole thing completely symmetrical, and they succeeded in that, apart from one area, and that's at the top of the main archway, right in the middle. There's an eagle looking to its left rather than straight forwards. It's done for two reasons though. First is because it's kind of like a guardian looking over the rest of the college, and the main reason though is because they don't like Trinity College. It's straight ahead. They've had a centuries-long feud. They're pretty much just saying they don't even want to look at them. The reason behind this feud though is because he then stole quite a lot of land from the Catholics in general, but more specifically St. John's College. He then left a lot of this land in his will to Trinity College, so then when he died, Trinity became the richest college in all of Europe.
Oh, okay.
Also the biggest landowners in the whole of the UK. Some of his hair, his walking stick, and one of the branches from the tree that he sat under where the apple fell on his head. They've also got the first protect against the sun as well.
I'm going to say they're talking rubbish. You hear it really and it's
Oh, baby, look, what is that?
Just here, some people call it the Trinity Bridge, some people call it the Wren Bridge. Don't really know what the actual name is, it's one or the other. So on either side there's a shield. That one over there has 3 roses on it to represent the War of the Roses. The one on the other side of here is literally the only thing the students drank, because at the time we had no clue how to clean and purify water at the time. So we just stuck to the beer, mead and cider. I think I might have hit my head a bit too hard. So we're now coming up to Clare College, just over here. Clare College was founded back in 1336, making it nearly 700 years old, but the second oldest college we have here in Cambridge, the oldest one we'll be seeing today. It was founded by a lady called Lady Clare, rather fittingly. At the time, she was the richest woman to have ever lived in the UK. She was also one of the only women to have started college as well. The way she got her money though, some people think is a bit suspicious, because she had 3 different husbands, not at the same time. 3 husbands who all died one way or another, and all of them left all their money to her. The first one though, died in a battle during a war. The second one died of some unknown disease. The third one was beheaded because he committed treason. After that though, after the third one had been killed, she decided, well, she thought that she'd been cursed so that she can never in there. She's the only one to have ever naturally produced fruit in the UK. So it's only made 2 bananas, one in 2006 and one in 2016. It's been there over 25 years now.
Okay. Yeah. So there might be one next year then.
Hopefully, yeah. So this bridge just here though, it's called the Clare Bridge, and this is the only one that Oliver Cromwell failed to blow up. Funnily enough though, it's by quite a large margin the least structurally stable one we have. As you come out of this archway, if you look at it somewhat closely, you'll notice it's really off centre. It looks like it's sinking. So there's 2 reasons for that. The first one's because of a thing called the bridge tax, which said that when you finish building your bridge, you get to pay taxes, which obviously not a lot of people wanted to do. So they never finished it and they never had to pay taxes. The more important reason though, probably, was because the man who designed it was quite an alcoholic. He was really drunk while making the plans, so a lot of the maths didn't quite add up. That's a bit of a boat. A lot of the maths didn't quite add up, so the entire archway was made just completely off centre from the get-go. They're just about to ask if you want drinks.
It's waiting for the future. Anybody want drinks? Yeah? What can I get you? Pims after this bridge? Pims? Sweet, that's 1 Pims. Anybody else want to join the party? 2? Anybody else? 2 going? Don't bother. You guys having a good tour?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Are you filming me? I get a little bit camera shy.
Oh, there's a bottle over here.
I don't suppose you could do like a cup of water or something, could you?
I've seen
Whatever
it.
you like.
Oh really?
Literally whatever you like. Apart from a bottle of Prosecco or a bottle of wine.
Pretty reasonable. About
You
a
can
bottle of
have
about 5. They built it really quite well. You can hardly even tell the difference unless you were to look at the windows. That's pretty much the only telling factor. 5 years after they made that though,
Hello. Ache.
so just over there, that big wooden bridge, when they first built it, was funnily enough named the Wooden Bridge. But after a few short years, they renamed it to the Mathematical Bridge to better reflect who built it. Well, not built it, but rather who designed it. That was Sir Isaac Newton. A lot of people say he did build it, but he died 20 years before it was first built, so that's obviously not too possible. That being said, he came up with the idea for it originally while he was at Trinity College. And then after he died, because of all his contributions to science as a whole, they decided to build the bridge for him. One of his best friends was in control of building it. But sadly, that first version of the bridge really didn't last very long because they might not have thought it through the best. Instead of using any screws, bolts or anything like that, instead used wooden pegs, which obviously didn't last very long before
I got it,
it fell in the river. They then did this 2 more times and didn't learn their lesson. So this is actually the 4th version of the bridge, but they finally used actual nuts and bolts and metal brackets. And architecture, funnily enough, called the Book of Architecture. That led to a certain someone coming down to Cambridge though to view the buildings here for inspiration to build the White House. Gibbs building then became the main inspiration for the White House. At least the first version, which is made out of wood, but it looks basically the same as the current one anyway. back in the 60s as well. The group to get onto the roof of the Gibbs building, but what they brought up with them was pretty unexpected. There's a whole car. Nobody knows how on earth they got it up there, and nobody could really figure out how to get back down either. They had to quite literally take it apart bit by bit and carry it down the stairs and take it out to the front. Potentially the same people also climbed to the top of the chapel, and at the top of one of the 4 spires they left a traffic cone, which in the morning obviously the college officials weren't best pleased about.
Mommy little cat, you look
Papa. एउटा सबैले सबै तू कसा छोरो ले पापा
So Trinity College is where our current King Charles went to college when he was much younger. When he first applied though, he was actually denied because of the grades that he had. They weren't good enough, nowhere near good enough actually. So the Queen then sent a handwritten letter along with his second application, to which you'd never have guessed it, but they denied it again. It actually took until the third application where they then sent the modern day equivalent of about £19 million that he was finally accepted in. But at this stage they then realised they've got another problem, which is what do they let him do? Because he's still not got the grades for any of the courses. They had to make him a new course. The exact name of it I can't remember. I don't actually know if it's ever been officially said, but it was essentially the history of the monarchy, pretty much learning his family history with a few more bells and whistles. There's only one person other than him that took this course, which is his personal bodyguard, and he argued that since he's going to be there pretty much 24/7, he might as well get a chance to get a degree as well. So by the end of the course, when they both finished, Charles ended up with a 2-2, which is, sorry about that, Charles ended up with a 2-2, which is the third best grade you can get. His personal bodyguard ended up with a 2-1, which is the second best grade you can get. On his first day, or well, rather before his first day, he said he wanted to be treated like any other student. So then when he got dropped off the first day, he got dropped off via a private helicopter on their big grassy area just over there with the bats. That didn't go down too well. He also booked out every single room that surrounded his, so he'd be completely by himself while there. Also building on that night climber story earlier, they once, I think it was 2022, don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, so either that or 23, they went to Trinity College during the middle of the night. This was around the start of December, so the Christmas season. And during the dead of night, they climbed right to the top of the middle clock tower, right to the very peak of the spire, and at the top they left a Santa hat, which actually ended up being left up there for the rest of the 12 days of Christmas. Probably the only time that I can think of where something like that's happened, they were actually okay with it. So that would be Trinity College over there. So Trinity College is also the biggest college we have here. It is genuinely enormous. You can't even see the end of it from here.
Obviously, it depends on the course you're doing.
I'm not.
Average course going to be roughly.
I'm not really sure. I've honestly not got a clue. A lot of people will tell you this is swan trap because students and fellows here at St John's are the only people other than the royal family allowed to kill and eat unmarked new swans. However, it's not actually a swan trap, it's just a really fancy looking drain which sometimes swans do happen to get stuck inside of.
And that
Oh, चोर आयो चोर आफै झोलाबाट झिकेर खाँदैछ चोरले के खाएको बेबी
आफै झोलाबाट निकालेर खाने गर्छ नि
आमाले कता कुचो पारेको उता कान्छीले तानिहाल्यो
So we are pretty much the end of the tour now. We're going to spin the boat around when we get up there and park up as smoothly as possible. But I hope you've enjoyed the tour. It's been nice meeting you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have arrived. Our destination.
चलाउँछ जस्तो गर्छ
What's that? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, wow, those are.
The river birds. Tourist for customer Sunday. Ooh.
Like Venice.
Hello. Please follow me. Follow the sign. Oh, wait, balance body. Baby, क्या खा रहा है? चलो
डेटोनेटिङ खाइरहेछ pancake. Where did you see that?
You're going to drive.
अहिले हामी आएको भए यताबाट निस्किन्थ्यो होला सायद
अगाडि त खासै केही छैन
छैन उता अगाडिबाट यता राइटतिर लाग्यो भने त युनिभर्सिटीको बाटो निस्किन्छ
हाम्रो कारपा
होइन कारपार्क त हाम्रो पछाडि हो
त्यसो जाने त फर्किने
Uy! ल क्याम्ब्रिजको पुन्टिङ गरेर पनि भ्याइयो
Yes. Did you have fun, baby?
लेट्स गो
Yeah. Got it? Mina Julio. Mamaku Julio. Okay, let's go.
गाडी आयो अब घरतिर लाग्ने चाउ